Now we have a nice smaller rug here. My first reaction was this one was a Bakhtiar, judging by the color usage. But then as I got to look at it more and more, I realized it's not a Bakhtiari. This is a Borchelu. Now, more common are the Borchelus from the Caucasus, which are very much in the Kazakh family, which look absolutely nothing like this. But here, we have a rug by people who formerly lived in the Caucasus. When the Russians came down and pushed them out, they came down the caravan routes. The old, there weren't always super highways, so people would use the same routes for thousands of years, down from the Caucasus, usually through Tabriz, dropping down to Serjan, and then into the area below there. Serjan was a major collection point for refugees from the Caucasus. In fact, the royal family at that point was the Qajars and their cousins. There's a separate Qajar dynasty that ruled in what is today Armenia, the province of Yerevan. They were given, after they lost their home province to the Russians, they were made the rulers of Serjan. So many of these people came down, then dispersed throughout that area. The Borchelu are interesting in that they are the descendants of a tribe created when Genghis Khan gave his one of his closest associates and lifetime best friend, Borchu, a Lu, a tribe, 10,000 men, and of course their families and animals. But Lu means tribe, Borchu is the man's tribe. They took the Borchelu name from that man, Borchu, and they were dispersed into they were part of the Ilkhanid group, and came into Persia at that time and held land in the Caucasus. As I look at the back, we can see that this shares a similarity with Hamadan rugs. It's finer than your normal Hamadan, well made, closer back. It's a fairly tight back. It's not real loose like some of them are, but that's because there's a single weft in between each row of knots, and this is typical of certain kinds of rugs, the Hamadan region rugs, Borchelu, and a handful of others. Also, interestingly enough, some of the oldest rugs from the Caucasus had the single weft construction. So we see a relation between this rug and rugs made by these people's ancestors in the Caucasus. Now we have a nice smaller rug here. My first reaction was this one was a Bakhtiar, judging by the color used.